All right, good evening, everyone.
No, I never.
Good evening.
Welcome to the January 11th meeting of the Pequannock Township Council. Ms. Marsh?
In accordance with the requirements of New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting was included in the annual meeting notice, which was filed in the office of the Township Clerk, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, published as a legal notice in the Suburban Trends newspaper, and distributed to all persons requesting notice in accordance with Township policy.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a prayer and a moment of thanks for individuals serving our nation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Most gracious Providence, we ask that you bless this governing body with an abundance of wisdom and understanding so that every deliberation will result in actions which will promote the common good and general welfare for all the people of Pequannock Township. Amen.
Amen. Okay, will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Dreese?
President.
Mr. Hurd?
Here.
Mr. Cole?
Here.
Mrs. Russell?
Here.
Mayor Florence Lynch?
Here. Okay, the first order of business, we have a presentation for two officers of the police department. So we're going to do the swearing in for Stephen Natz and Nicholas Malfato. Welcome, and it's all yours.
All right. So people can see you. This way the council knows who you are in the future, you know. As always, I want to start off by thanking Mayor Florence Lynch, the council, and Township Manager Brewer. Without you guys, we definitely wouldn't be able to do what we do. I know I said it before, and I'll say it again, but you guys are really the best of the best. With COVID going on, I just want to get the ceremony started. We're not going to make it too long. I know people sometimes are not comfortable in these tight settings, so I want to say, first I want to mention that on Sunday was National Police Appreciation Day. I want to take the time to thank all of our officers that are in attendance tonight and all the officers from visiting agencies who are here to support our new officers. Before we get to the swearing in for the two new officers, I just do want to mention we had one officer who retired on January 1st, 2022. Unfortunately, Patrolman Ken Hunt couldn't be here, but I'd like to say a few words about his service to the township. For those that didn't know Patrolman Hunt, he joined the police department in July of 2002. Prior to his time with the Pequannock Police Department, he served our country as a military police officer in the United States Air Force. After his military service, he worked as a police dispatcher with the Malfato Police Department and a sheriff's officer with the Morris County Sheriff's Department. Ken was really one of a kind that brought a distinctive sense of humor to the police department and a lot of different crazy sayings to a police department each day he came to work. He was truly one of the smartest, most well-rounded officers I ever had the pleasure to work with. I want to personally thank Ken for his service to the police department and township of Pequannock, and I wish him luck in the future. So, Ken's not here, but thank you, Ken. Before I get into each individual officer, I just want to say that we went through an exhaustive process for the hiring of the two gentlemen that are standing in front of you. They went through an interview process with a panel of sergeants and the senior patrolman. I think we started with about 22 people. We narrowed it down to about 10 people. Then they interviewed with myself, the acting captain, and the lieutenant. They really, stood out to us. They moved on to our third phase, which was a little bit of a new phase for us. They did a ride-along so that they can see what we're about, we can see what they're about, and these two gentlemen, they really rose to the top. After that, and we offered them the job, we did a background investigation on both of them. We couldn't find a bad thing to say. We couldn't find a bad thing to say about either one of them. A neighbor, former employer, nobody. Nobody said anything bad about either of these two guys, so we're really happy that we have both of them, and they're going to be with the police department for a long time. So I'm going to start with Patrolman Stephen Natz. You want to come on up? A little background on Patrolman Stephen Natz. Patrolman Natz grew up in West Milford, where he still resides with his wife, Sherry, his sons, Aiden and Stephen, and his new baby daughter, Ava. He attended West Milford High School and graduated in 2008. After high school, he attended Seton Hall University and earned a bachelor's degree in political science. In June of 2014, he was accepted into the Bergen County Police Academy as an employee of the South Hackensack Police Department. Patrolman Natz worked for South Hackensack Police Department for approximately 4 years and transferred over to the Passaic County Prosecutor's Office and served as an investigator with them. After approximately 4 years with the Prosecutor's Office, Patrolman Natz decided his true passion was to be back in a small town as a uniformed police officer. He comes to Pequannock with a wealth of knowledge that he's gained from the South Hackensack PD and his time with the Passaic County Prosecutor's Office. We're very pleased that he has chosen the Pequannock Police Department. We're excited to see what he's going to accomplish in the future. Patrolman Natz is joined by many family members tonight, and his wife Sherry is going to be holding the Bible for his swearing in.
This is good.
Okay, put there you go. Well, you want to face these guys, so maybe I should stay over here. I'm sorry. I was trying to make it so.
Who's playing the music?
Okay, put your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Stephen Natz,
I, Stephen Natz,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of officer of the Pequannock Township Police Department
of officer of the Pequannock Township Police Department
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Welcome. Nice meeting you all. Now, I don't know if you want to wait till the end to do your pictures.
Yeah, we'll wait till the end.
Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations. That's the one.
Congratulations. You bet. Thank you very much. Congratulations. You're welcome. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
All right, next up is Patrolman Nicholas Malfato. He was born in Bloomfield, New Jersey, and moved to Fairfield with his family when he was 12 years old. He attended West Essex High School and excelled in soccer. After high school, he attended the County College of Morris, where he earned his associate's degree. He then enrolled at Montclair State University and graduated with a bachelor's degree in justice studies. At that time, he began his pursuit of a career in law enforcement and accepted a job as a security officer in an apartment complex in Bloomfield. Soon after that, he applied and was selected as a special law enforcement officer with the Hoboken Police Department. After a short time with Hoboken PD, he applied and was accepted into the Essex County Police Academy as an employee of the City of Newark. While he worked as a police officer for the City of Newark, Patrolman Malfato gained an immense amount of experience, which he will bring to the Pequannock Police Department. And just on a side note, we hired a Newark police officer last year, and he's excelling. And I guess he likes it here so much that when the job opening came up for us, he called his partner, and his partner applied, and he did a great job. So I guess we're doing okay if we're getting people to, suggest to come over here. So we're very fortunate to have hired such a great candidate, and we're very proud to have him as the newest Pequannock police officer. He's joined here tonight by his girlfriend Lexi, his father Anthony, his mother Michelle, his two brothers Anthony and Vincent. Lexi's going to be holding the Bible for swearing in. Come on up.
Put your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. Okay, and repeat after me. I, Nicholas Malfato,
I, Nicholas Malfato,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
all
all the duties of the officer of the Pequannock Township Police Department.
all the duties performed in the township of,
All the duties of officer of the Pequannock Township Police Department
officer of the Pequannock Township Police Department
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Hey, congrats and welcome.
Congratulations. Good to see you. Congratulations, sir. Welcome. Congratulations.
Stay up here if you could for me. Steve? All right, at this point, we're going to just do a presentation of our body armor with the Pequannock Township Valley Rotary Club. You guys come on up. Yeah, sure, well, why not?
What did he say?
You didn't say it. Chairman's on a roll.
Tim, you want to grab the other box? You guys can come over. Come on over.
There's a lot of people down there.
What? I get to come too? Yeah.
Stand next to the guys. How's that work?
To come down too. I know there's a lot of people down.
Don't get too excited. There you go. All right, so...
The Rotary's full empty promises?
So I'm just going to say a few words about the Rotary. For those of you that don't know, the Pequannock Township Rotary, hold on, watch it. They've been donating vests for longer than I've been here. So I've been here 23 years. I think it's more like 27 years maybe. Donna, you might be maybe the longest one here? No? She was 12, yeah, when she opened the business. Jay is. So they've been doing this a long time. I just want to say the Rotary exemplifies what Pequannock Township's all about. It's just a bunch of really good people with great businesses that really care about the citizens and the people that protect our citizens, and I want to thank them. They've probably purchased, I don't know, over 100 vests for our new officers over the years. So thank you guys again. And I know. You guys could handle
You guys would like to take pictures.
Yeah, you guys could get a couple pictures with
So did you get one with Paul Rotary first, and then do Rotary, the council, the families? Yeah.
Come on, John.
Let them do it with their family. Yeah. Well, these guys. Yeah.
Where'd you go? Where's Waldo?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I was in the right hearing. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't sure if it was on.
If each of you would like to have pictures with your
Herb, stay out of trouble, huh?
Thank you, Madam Jim, how are you?
Either that or it's not up. I'm not hearing it out there.
Ernie. How you doing? Hey, Herb. Good to see you. We're not doing anything. We're letting them take pictures with the police department and their families.
Anybody else want to?
Smart guys on it. You guys do it?
Am I not supposed to be in this meeting? I don't think I
There's a ratio.
See you. Thanks for coming.
There is a family pictures. If, I don't know if council wants to do it, they can, but they said no. Look at my shoes. I was like, I'm not actually able to remember to see my feet. You didn't want to go on. I should have.
Bob, how are you? As of January 1st? No, I didn't. Oh, good. When is Kevin? Yeah, so we can do your promotion and the new guy.
Congratulations, everyone.
I can't believe nobody wants to stay for the meeting.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Hey, Mr. Acker, how you doing?
I'm rolling back. Hey, Carol, you have to make that one line shorter.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Rotating title.
Because the first guy.
How you guys
Yeah.
doing?
She's taking pictures. Sorry, I figured I was like, damn.
Well, I know she was.
Not anymore, though. Yeah.
Something like that.
I think the website says she's the, what does it say?
HR director or something.
Office manager.
Believe it for yourself, remember that. Director of Business Operations.
Yeah, that's it, Director of Business Operations.
You can title yourself whatever you are, remember that.
But it was so funny.
I told Ben I wanted to be chairman.
All right, let's go, Melissa. The meeting's not over, let's go. Happy New Year.
So that, I didn't, where'd you get the height from?
You can't be in one of them. And we have an executive session too.
We're good, guys? Or you're doing a couple more? That's all right.
Now it's taking down there. It's not going this way.
Congratulations again.
Congratulations, nice meeting you.
Welcome to Pequannock.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome to Piconic.
License plate on the car.
You too.
I'm going to new vehicle.
What'd you get, Tesla?
Because she didn't get credits for Tesla. Well, I looked at the, well, I wanted to buy the electric BGC. And like, no, it's not, so I'm not going to get credits, but if you buy a Tesla, you used to get $75 cash back and $25. They ran out of all their credits, so if you buy a Tesla, it doesn't count. Because they don't like him. Yeah, but still, you know what?
Hey, Dan.
60,000 and you get a tank of one, so just pay 50,000.
70, Dan, or 68, 69? 70, and then we got 71 next month.
Like, I think those electric cars have
Hard
to
to
be
believe
original.
Ben's been here 4 years and he's 350 miles or something.
Then you gotta wait, then you gotta stay for 8 hours. So it's not like,
Would you say Ben stay with me?
His badge number 16.
And how many are they up to?
70, 71 is being high.
hi Peter, I didn't see you sneak in. Peter, did you lose a little weight? You look a little thin in your face. Your mask matches your shirt beautifully though, I'm very impressed. Well, you look thinner. Maybe it's there you keep it cold.
No worries.
Good for you.
It's all good.
We get paid by the hour, no.
Have a good night.
Something like that. And then there was Peter.
Yeah, good.
And Frank.
Where'd everybody go?
You know how to clear a room, let me tell you.
What did you insult? All right.
Peter, did you get your email? Good.
Mr. Schmidt.
All right, can we continue? The next, oh wait, we're okay? We can go? The next item on the agenda is reports from volunteers. At this time, are there any reports or comments from any of the volunteers serving our community? No? All right, next item on the agenda is public comments. This public comment period will be limited to a total of 30 minutes. An additional period for public comment is reserved later in the meeting. Individuals are requested to limit their questions and comments to 3 minutes. If anyone wishes to address the council, please wait to be recognized to come to the microphone and provide your name and address for the record. Anyone? Nope. All right.
Open. Leave it open.
Yeah, you can leave it open. All right. Nothing to report there. The next item on the agenda is the manager's report. Mr. Brewer.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Just 2 quick items within my report. One pertains to the ordinance, which is scheduled for the council's consideration for introduction this evening. As the council may recall, there was a discussion on January 11th, or excuse me, there was a discussion on December 14th, rather, of Parks and Recreation fees, and authorization was given to proceed with the preparation of an ordinance based upon the timing of the year. It had to wait until this evening for introduction, so as directed on the 14th, it has been prepared for the council's consideration. Second item is on the 23rd of December, at the last council meeting of 2021, there was conversation regarding a resolution, and unanimous consensus of council said that a resolution should be prepared to discuss some restrictions and issues associated with COVID-19. In an effort to provide the council with some draft language for consideration, it is included in the report. Obviously, when it comes to the discussion item, whatever council would like to have, you're welcome to, but that was just in an effort to get the catalyst ball rolling for creativity and writing. Those are all the items, unless there are any questions on my report.
Any questions?
Sorry, anybody else? Not necessarily a question, but just with regards to the second piece, it was just regards to COVID-19 and also mandates that the government's doing that it really can't be doing, or shouldn't be doing, in my opinion. So, I just want to I would like to make it as forceful as we possibly can. And that's why I think, I talked to Adam and just having, just about talking to, just Mr. Osdike and just make sure that we go as far as we can. I don't want to stop at the 75% mark. I want to go all the way.
Well, it's a resolution, so it's not binding, it's an expression of opinion, John.
That's
So
fine.
You can
I just
pretty
wanna
much
go all
say
the
what
way.
your opinion is, yep.
So I just want to make sure that we forcefully just say that the mask mandates are ridiculous, the vaccine mandates are ridiculous, all of that kind of stuff.
I agree.
And I just want to go as far as we can.
Right.
I agree, John.
So.
Anyone else?
And I just had one comment on the membership fee for Greenview Park tennis courts. I just think, right now, I'm fine with the fees, but I don't think we should be collecting any fees for Greenview Park tennis courts at this time.
That's the existing ordinance.
Right, yeah.
So we understand that we're going to be working to improve it.
Right.
But it just mirrors the
I
existing.
wouldn't want anybody to come to Parks and Rec, pay for it, and then go there and say, oh my God.
No,
I
no.
paid for that.
No, it just, that persists because it exists in the existing
Yeah.
ordinance.
And I'm fine with
Based on the
keeping it
condition,
there
it's
as
not
long
being
as we
enforced.
we
Yeah.
don't, collect.
It's not really usable.
Yeah, at this time.
Anybody else? No? All right, there are no public hearings scheduled for this evening, so the next item on the agenda is the introduction of ordinances. Ms. Marsh?
This is ordinance number 2022-01, an ordinance amending Chapter 152 of the Code of the Township of Pequannock and revising fees for parks and recreation activities and programs.
All right, did you have any other comments, Mr. Brewer?
Nothing beyond my report unless there are any specific questions.
Any comments from council?
No, ma'am.
Is there a motion to introduce the ordinance on first reading?
John, you got a question?
Well, I just had one thing, thank you. Just the fees for the use of the parks. I guess this was always in here, that's why it's still in here, but when we had the big meeting, we said we weren't.
Correct.
So, but this is just always was here, so it's kind of.
These are the existing fees. If there was an event that occurred that didn't require a fee, that fee would have been waived. But these are those fees. The goal, thanks to Mr. Ustaik and everyone's efforts, was to try to create an ordinance that includes one stop shop for all the information. And moving forward, the goal will be within the municipal code to have one fee ordinance that addresses all departments. So this is just moving that forward.
Okay, that's all I have.
All right, anyone else? All right, is there a motion to introduce this ordinance on first reading?
I'll make a motion to introduce ordinance number 2022-01.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mr. Drucey?
Yes.
Mr. Hurd?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mayor Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, the next item on the agenda is resolutions, and I believe there's 4. Ms. Marsh?
Beginning with Resolution R 2022-53, authorizing the use of the Educational Services Commission of New Jersey Cooperative Pricing System to Murray Paving and Concrete LLC for the repair of the Pequannock DPW garage. 2022-54, confirming the transfer of memberships in the Pequannock Township Fire Department. That's for Jesse Cianciato and Anthony Knopf. 2022-55, releasing Sem Home Builder LLC, Brown Subdivision, from performance guarantee, accepting maintenance guarantee, and accepting Circle Avenue as a public road. And R 2022-56, approving payment of the itemized claims as set forth on the January 6, 2022 bill list.
All right, are there any comments on the resolution from council?
Is the DPW just like normal maintenance? I mean, it does, I looked through it, there's some door frames and some concrete work. It's nothing major that we're doing down there.
This is a major improvement to the building. So there was a capital
But it's
request.
just like upkeep though, correct?
Well, there was a capital, it's not an expansion. There was a capital request in 2020 and a subsequent request in 2021. The building is a metal building, and where the metal meets the ground, it is eroding and deteriorating, which cause issues, obviously, for the structure of the building. So what this seeks to do primarily is to replace the metal structure at the bottom of the building with a concrete structure that will stand the test of time, and then the other associated improvements that will create the need for doorways and thresholds and doors and things like that. So there's an itemized scope of work within the resolution that gives explicit detail, but again, this was, we've talked about this for a few years, this is something that we need to do to stabilize the building.
Okay.
All right, any other comments from anyone else? All right, is there a motion to adopt these resolutions?
I'll make a motion to adopt resolutions R2253 to 2022-56.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Treese?
Yes.
Mr. Hurd?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mayor Florence Lynch?
Yes. All right, and then the next item on the agenda is the items for discussion. We have one, which is the draft resolution. Everyone has that. I know.
Yeah, so again, what was in my report, at the 23rd, there was reference made to a resolution adopted by the governing body in neighboring, or a couple of towns over municipality. So I used that as well as some other things. And as noted in my memo, and Mr. Oostdijk emphasized earlier, it's an expression of the council's opinion. Whatever the council wants to see, Ms. Marsh and I will happily draft up in a resolution, and the council can consider it on the 25th.
What did everyone think of
So the resolution that's in your manager's report, correct?
Yeah.
That's just draft
It's basically-
consideration.
It's basically the one from that other town.
I would
Yeah, that's
like,
what I thought,
I'd like
yeah.
to see something where, and obviously if everybody else agrees, where we don't believe the government should dictate that the children be wearing masks. Like,
Yeah, it should be up to the-
It shouldn't come from
It's a
Governor
choice,
Murphy.
personal choice.
And it's a personal choice.
It is a personal choice amongst parents and their
Agreed.
physicians and,
How do we word that? I don't know, but I
Right.
do agree with the concept.
We believe that
Does everyone agree with that?
it is a personal choice to wear a mask.
And I think we should also put in there that whereas we all swore an oath to uphold the Constitution of New Jersey, which has certain freedoms in it.
And to build upon that, actually, when we were swearing in the two police officers, there was a part that says, and on the authority of the people. That's not only the people of Pequannock, but the people of New Jersey. And our governor is overstepping his bounds in a big way.
I do tend to agree with this. Does everybody feel the same way?
I'm fine with however it goes.
I believe it's a personal choice. It's a choice between you and your doctor,
Yeah.
you and yourself,
A parent and a child.
parent and child. That is correct.
And if they want to seek advice from a
I
doctor.
also believe that the
physician.
parents have the right to know what their kids are learning in school and what's going on in the school. I don't know, we want to add in that stuff in it also?
Can something like that go in with this, or is that?
Oh, you can say whatever you wish in there. It is sort of a different, slightly
Yeah,
different subject,
different
Kyle. I think it kind of,
Stick it to this.
Okay, we'll leave that one for later.
Stick to the COVID
Yeah.
stuff, and I'm being nice without saying.
Yeah.
We do
So
not
you can
believe in
take a
mandates. We
stab
do believe
at
it's a
adding
personal
some stuff
choice.
to it, or how do you want to?
So just to make sure there's clear direction, we want a recital pertaining to parents' choice
Parents have the choice
to wear masks.
What the kids, yeah.
for their kids.
For the
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, something,
There was a lot of discussion back and forth, so I just want to make sure.
you can even add like.
How about you just say that we feel that the residents of New Jersey should have a choice,
Right.
adults and children.
And you can
It's
add in
not just
there.
children.
Right, right,
yeah.
right, it's true.
Very
The
good, yes.
parents, their families, the physicians, if they want to
It is
seek.
a personal choice to be made between you and your doctor.
Right.
And not the government.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So I have two. Do we want any of the draft?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
this is
think the
in
draft-
addition to the draft.
Right, in addition to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
draft
one of the
is
things in
fine.
the email that I never sent you, is I thought this was really good, I just wanted to add something about the mask thing, so.
Right.
I agree.
Or the muzzle thing, as I call it.
Muzzle.
Muzzle,
In addition to what was prepared in the draft?
yes,
Okay.
Yeah,
please.
yeah, just making it a little stronger without being over the
As
top.
Mr. Oostdijk says, whatever the council like, we'll happily prepare.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that'll be ready for the next meeting?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And if I goofed up any of the, when I wrote all this down, if I goof up anything when the agenda goes out, if these questions, just, let me know and make sure we have iterations for the.
Yeah, this way it can be tweaked before we get here and.
Or we have 2 or 3 if there's questions, and no matter what, the council can take action on the 25th.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, sir.
We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, we're good on that? So I guess we're up to what, reports and notices? There's no reports or notices on the agenda this evening, so now into council reports. We'll start with Councilman DeRisi, since your name is on my script first.
Oh, I get to go first? All right, cool. First thing, I called, and I forget the gentleman's name, for the fire department dinner, and he said I was the first person to call him, so call him, let him know if you're coming.
Yep, I called him today.
I'm going to be...
I thought you told me they were canceling it.
No, there was discussion before we got the letters in our mailbox.
Because I didn't respond because...
Yeah, no.
Okay.
That was before we got our letters.
He said, just do me a favor, call him. I'm going to be in warmer weather, so...
Yeah.
So I let him know that, and, definitely congratulations to all of the new officers in the fire department.
Gotcha, okay.
You'll be able to make it? Or?
I just wanted to bring up the Law Enforcement Appreciation Day.
I'm pretty sure I'm good.
That the chief brought up before, so congratulations to all of them, and thank you for your service to our community. There was an event that was supposed to be held over last Sunday with the CARES group in town, the Touch a Truck. It's scheduled for next Sunday now, so this Sunday, next Sunday. The next coming up Sunday. How's that? Good. So hopefully that'll go off well. Hopefully all of the township employees, the DPW, the police, the fire department will all be there. I think it's a great.
And they're going to have s'mores and crafts and drum and bugle.
And that's
I don't think Robert Matarazzo can make it this week, though.
I don't know. So also at the Rotary meeting 2 weeks ago, Sheriff Gannon came and he brought his Hope One truck. I don't know if you've ever seen that thing, but that thing is pretty neat. I think it's a great thing they're doing. I just wish, I hope they can expand it a little bit, because we concentrate a lot on opioid stuff, which is great, we should, but there's a lot of other issues out there that we should concentrate on as well. So that, Mr. Brewer, thank you for putting that resolution together that we had talked about for the COVID stuff. I didn't have any township council meetings since our last meeting, but last thing, I'm going to go off the rails here a little bit, but that's all right.
It's John.
It's me. It's what I do. Last year, my word of the year was gratitude. I think we all got to show a lot more gratitude. So what I'm going to try to do is do this at the end of my speech. So you got to sit with it. So that's right. I would like to say thank you to our township manager, Mr. Brewer, for all the work that he does in keeping our town running smoothly. I'd like to thank our township attorney, Mr. Ostite, for keeping us in line, especially me. I need it. I'd like to thank our police department, the DPW, and all of the other township employees for the work that they do for us. I would like all the volunteers that serve the township for the great work that they do for us. There's a lot of them. And I would like to say thank you to the township residents for allowing me to serve you all. And that's my report.
Very nice.
Thank you, sir.
That was very nice. Good. All right, next is Councilman Hurd.
Oh, boy, how am I going to follow that with gratitude? Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Let's see, a few things. Again, I want to recognize the officer appreciation. That was Sunday, correct? That was the official date. Pequannock Cares was going to do the touch on that day. Unfortunately, it got really cold, so they had to move it. I am very excited about that community organization. They're doing great things, and they're just getting started, so that is going to be awesome. And it's at Greenview Park, correct?
Yes, 2 to 4.
2 to 4?
Lot B, yep, 2 to 4.
Lot B. That would be in the back, correct? Mm-hmm. Excellent. So be there or be square. Let's see, we didn't have any open space. I was not able to make it to the first aid squad, and I haven't gotten any updates, so I'll update you guys next time on that. Again, I want to reiterate, we had the swearing in of the 2 new police officers. They seem like fine young men, or at least compared to us. I was going to say me. I didn't want to pull you guys into it. But, as they are being sworn in, there's a couple things that hit home with me, and I'll say it again. under the authority of the people. You know, the people of Pequannock, the people of New Jersey. I believe our governor has overstepped his bounds. I think this is ridiculous. I think it's a personal choice. I think the vaccine, I think the mask mandate, that is a choice between you and your doctor, not the government. The government doesn't know how you are, where you are, what you have. I think it's illegal to ask you for your documents. I think we're going backwards in time. I think this is ridiculous. I think it must stop. It must stop now. And it starts with our government. This is ridiculous. Again, the Senate has voted not to extend your powers. You have overruled them. And that's not right. That doesn't sit well with me. I do not recognize his authority. I do not recognize the governor's authority on the executive order. And that's what I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, gratitude.
All right, Councilman Cole.
Just so everyone knows, we were going to recognize some members of the fire department at the next meeting. They've asked that it be postponed until September due to the outbreak of COVID and all this, and especially being that most of these guys that we're recognizing are elderly.
Like us.
They're a lot older than us, I think, some of them. So I told them that would be fine, so we're going to do it in September. And to be honest with you, I mean, we can do it once a year rather than doing it twice a year, so whatever works. Company One did have a meeting this past Friday. I just thumbed through my emails real quick. I must have deleted it by accident. They did announce their new officers. I know Chris Bell is still the chief. Gene McEwen is the president still, and after that, I apologize. I'll make it for the next one. I have that information. Company Two will meet this Thursday. I'll be at that meeting, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Councilwoman Russell.
Pierce Andrea will be getting his Eagle Scout ceremony on January 16th at 3:30. It's being held in Pompton Lakes. If you haven't gotten that information, let me know. I'll forward it to you. Environmental, they did the styrofoam collection. I stopped by after our grand opening. Congrats to the new grand opening. Edgewater, what was the last one?
It was, I have it right here. It was Edgewood Collection.
Edgewood Collective. There's beautiful stuff in there. Anyway, so the styrofoam collection went very well. They had 38 vehicles come through. They filled 40 sacks filled. Joe Wells was gracious enough to hold on to it, and some of it was from them, like going garbage picking too, and just going above and beyond. So congrats to the environmental. Thank them. The library meets on the 19th via Zoom. Parks and Rec did not have a January meeting. There will be meeting February 7th. A couple of us were on a call with the head of the hospital, and they said currently 77 people in with COVID in Chilton, 183 in Morristown. 50% of them are in for other stuff. They just happen to test positive, so those numbers are really good. They say it was looking like it was leveling off, and they expect after the level off for it to drop down fairly quickly. The other day, Judy Persicelli's comments said right now on this, she said this on Monday, 2,963 people are currently in the hospital for COVID. I believe they have listed something 600 something total, but the rest of those are with, people who actually were going in to have a baby, they feel fine, they happen to test positive. So it's only 2,963, and I do agree with Ryan and John, and the governor is overreaching his power at this point, and I hope that our legislature figures out a way to stop him, because one cannot just single-handedly create a dictatorship in the state of New Jersey whenever he feels like it. Other than that, don't forget to go to the Pequannock Cares Touch-A-Truck. They're going to have s'mores, crafts, a drum and bugle. I was really looking forward to it, but I was kind of happy because I really didn't want to be out in 7-degree weather.
It's supposed to get frigid this weekend again.
It'll be cold again, I'm sure.
Yeah. My son is
Wear a coat and
in
a hat.
my son is in Vermont. He said this morning when he was skiing it was negative 15 degrees.
Oh, my gosh.
He said it felt like negative 30. I said, how would you know? You've never been anywhere what's
I
negative.
think the main reason they canceled it was
Was because of the
threat of
freezing rain.
Because the freezing rain, which we didn't get a bit.
We really didn't.
We got nothing, but it was very cold. But anyway, that's my report. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Everyone pretty much touched on everything I was going to say, so I'll just go through it real quick. This past Saturday, as Councilwoman Russell said, we had the styrofoam collection collection day. Do we know, do they do poundage? Do we know how many pounds?
No,
they
so I had
take, or
asked
it's
for a
just
report. He's
sacks?
going to do a full report
Got it.
tomorrow, but they filled 40 sacks.
Right.
So they had 38 vehicles come through.
Wow.
It
That was
is
pretty good.
always, but obviously it's styrofoam. It doesn't weigh a lot.
Yeah.
I think they do like in bulk,
3.5 pounds.
whatever. So that was.
But that was great. I think it was the first one we at
That was
Piconic
the
ever had.
first one he ever
and
did.
It was a success, so I
38
think it'll
vehicles.
continue.
Yes.
40 sacks, 15 sacks per car overall. Oh, yes, yeah, averages. No weight in here, but.
That's okay. Yeah, good. And the grant, we all attended the grand opening this past Saturday for Edgewood Collection Collective, which is a vintage clothing shop. I know all the high school kids are talking about it and going in there and stopping in.
And not just clothing, though. They also have like signs and toys.
Like a lot of stuff
and
that the
posters.
kids, a lot of stuff that the kids like, yeah. And the owner of the shop is Nick Brown, so congratulations and best of luck to him. And as everybody mentioned, this weekend is the rescheduled Local Heroes Appreciation, sponsored by CARES, to honor the police and first responders and DPW. So I hope everyone will come out with their families to honor them. As was mentioned, it's at Greenview Park starting at 2 and goes till 4. My flight committee, that meets this Thursday at 7:30. Economic Development will meet the fourth Wednesday, which is the 26th at 7:30. Peter, look forward to seeing you there. It was mentioned the Eagle Scout Court of Honor for Pierce Spencer Andrea. Do we know, Pierce did the fire pit at Aquatic Park. Is everybody here going to be able to make the event on this weekend?
Yeah, I
All right.
It's
Is there any-
it's the
you guys
same.
will have it?
It's pretty much the same time as the other event, so.
Yeah, it is. But if you can make it, it's Sunday, January 16th at 3:30. If you can make it, great. It's at that Carnival Center, 10 Lenox Ave, Pompton Lakes. And then, as was also mentioned, fire installation dinner is Saturday, the 29th at the Castle, so please RSVP by no later than January 13th to Scott Birkenbush, right?
Yep.
Okay, and I agree with what everyone said about the governor. I think he's overreaching. And Again. And it should be personal choice. So I'm glad we're putting that together. Next on the agenda is public comment. If anyone wishes to address the council, please come to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. Come on up, Peter.
My name is Peter Schmidt, 16 Manor Avenue, and I want to apologize for my comments, but I cannot resist.
What's the matter? You want him to turn that around?
Sorry about that.
Can you hear me?
Now we can.
Now we can.
There is an ordinance on here that I have to shield my air conditioner for public view. If I would rephrase that, that is a mandate to mask my air conditioner. It should be between my wife and me whether I want to show my air conditioner to the world or not. So obviously, there are infringements in my liberty that are perfectly acceptable and infringements that are revolting. I'm not saying what is right or wrong, but I would recommend that in the resolution you state clearly where is the boundary of liberty infringement that is acceptable. I mean, it's clearly acceptable. I just wish you have the same with houses that are raised, and you have to shield the piles. So you're saying we have a mandate to mask the piles of the houses. Yeah, it's on the books. So in that sense, I would recommend to be as prudent as possible in the resolution and clearly state where does liberty start and where does liberty end, and what is the right to infringe it, and whether it is an executive privilege or, let's say, a legislative privilege, like the council.
Well, Peter, I think that's a hot topic. I really appreciate your
but I think
way of thinking about it. I think for me, it stops when the government tries to inject me with something. I think that's what it comes down to.
Which is
so
fair.
Anybody in the world trying to put something in my body, my kid's body, my wife's body, that goes beyond anything.
I think that is very legitimate, you know?
But I like your spin on it.
I like your
I do.
It makes you think.
I also agree that I think, and I said that from the beginning, I think everything would have been taken different if the decision to mask or unmask the school children was made at the level of the school board and not the government dictating.
Correct.
See that?
Right.
And
But you see, you can be Republican or Democrat. He wants to save lives. The mandate is there in order to save lives. Whether
Unfortunately, the science isn't there.
That's your opinion, though.
right.
That's my opinion, that's your opinion.
You see that? So in that sense, I would recommend to have it as clear and prudent as possible, and not try to charge it with sort of political spin. Okay, that's my contribution. Okay.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it,
Thanks for
Peter.
the input. Okay. Anyone else? Frank? No? You're good? All right. Next on the agenda is minutes. Do we have any? We don't have minutes for approval, right? No, we're good. All right. Next on the agenda is a closed session discussion. Is there a motion to approve Resolution 2022-57, authorizing the Township Council to meet in executive session to discuss litigation of a tax appeal, contract negotiations with Teamsters Local Union Number 469, matters of attorney, client privilege, and personnel?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, at this time, the public portion of the meeting is recessed for the closed session. Thank you for
Thank you,